Hey, how's everyone doing? We back. Open Gym presented by Mojo Sports Gear. It's episode, I have no clue. But it's me, Rondell Sutherland, here with my co-hosts, T. Nesbitt and Marvell Nichols. How y'all doing?
Living the dream, living the dream.
Should have yelled at you from afar. You're not as close to us as, a typical normal show, so we just can't get on you. But we were going to get on you anyway, so.
He's gonna get on me about what?
Just everything, about your whole demeanor, your whole swag, just like, where's your energy at today? You know what, Rondell, it's okay. I'll bring the energy for today's show. I got you.
Go ahead, run the show.
I have every good reason to bring some good energy to today's show.
Yeah, you should be happy. Go ahead, run the show.
Run the show. I already do that.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So tell us what we got today, Rondell.
Well, we about to get into recapping that second round, especially that crazy game that happened last night. I mean, y'all want to start off and recap it? Especially you, Marvell.
I'm going to give him the floor today.
Oh, it's so gracious, you guys. I'm so humbled. I'm so honored. So we had a little bit of a replay, you know what I'm saying, of the NBA first round of this year. Specifically the Denver Nuggets. You know what I'm saying? Yours truly is a big fan of the team, of that man from Serbia, the Blue Arrow. You know what I mean? We gets down like that. We done took out the Los Angeles Clippers, y'all. In 7. Come down from a 3-1 lead. And listen, that was a game. Because of the simple fact we won by 15. Kawhi and Paul George were scoreless in the entire fourth quarter. That's amazing in itself. And they didn't even score up to 90. Nikola Jokic, he played out of his mind. He had a triple-double in 3 quarters, which one in itself is nuts. 2, he has the most 20-point rebound, 20 rebound games in a triple-double in a Game 7 in NBA history. And he has the most triple-doubles in Game 7 history. This is great. This is phenomenal. Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray have been to 4 straight Game 7 appearances in the playoffs in their entire careers. Which is mind-boggling because they're 3-1. Now imagine blowing a 3-1 lead with 3-1 series. So you guys yeah, I feel it. You have to have the same energy as me, you guys. Come on, man.
I can't have the same energy as you. That's your team. My team has been out of it from
Will you stop with
December.
Celebrate with me.
Will you stop with the my team? It's our team, bro.
Yes.
I'm a Cavs fan
If
too.
I win, y'all win.
Bro, I'm a Cavs fan too. You keep leaving me out.
Are you?
Except for that, we're not
Yes,
going to celebrate
wow.
no Cavs victory because that's gross.
Are you?
Yes.
Is it religious?
Really?
All right, bro.
I have not seen your Cavs apparel.
I really haven't either, Rondell. What is that? Was it a Cav black you got on right now?
Sheesh.
Am I supposed to be rocking the Cavs every day?
You got on the Cav row?
All right,
Your calf row.
all right, bro.
Continue, Mr.
Yeah,
Marvell.
continue recapping.
Oh, was that a reach? I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to pull it from half court like that. I didn't mean to turn over the ball. My fault, y'all. Anyway, so yeah, we won the game. The Nuggets looked very impressive, especially defensively, taking out a lot of the. Well, really, the Clippers didn't make a lot of their shots, especially in the fourth quarter. The third quarter was very, very impressive that I saw from the Denver Nuggets. They looked to be well in line. They looked like a well-oiled machine. They were hitting their shots. And this is a team of the future. I don't think that a lot of people didn't give the Nuggets a lot of credit or a lot of leeway going into it. And if you want to keep the file, I did say the Nuggets will win in 7. If not, the Clippers will win in 6.
We have to locate that clip.
Yeah, we gonna have to find that.
We kept the file. We kept the file.
We probably deleted that.
Of course y'all did. But it's okay. I know exactly what I said. Don't worry about it.
The only stuff that gets deleted is when I slaughtered him on the T-Mac debate, apparently. But
Yeah, we gotta find that T-Mac somewhere.
I don't think we're going to find that. I think we're going to leave it where it is.
No.
so far gone.
We'll just try that again next time. Yeah.
Same result, by the way.
Oh, no.
So you know.
That's not
Yeah.
It's definitely not.
Y'all wild, man.
But the Nuggets are going to be facing the Los Angeles Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. The Los Angeles Lakers, they're going to be an interesting matchup for the Denver Nuggets based off of the simple fact, one, they do have a big man that it can match Nikola Jokic. That's one.
You said big men or big men?
Big man. But they do have big men that could, play against Nikola Jokic. They have JaVale McGee, who's very serviceable, especially rebounding and defense.
I just had to make sure you was gonna respect JaVale.
Since when did you start respecting JaVale?
I don't know. Since he beat the Cavs.
So you mean to
He
tell
did
me?
it though.
I mean, he rode the bench. That counts.
So you made it sound like he beat him, like he was the star player. Like
I mean, he was something.
Well, on that team, you could have put Rondell at the 5 and they would have still beat us, but
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Rondell, I could have easily dropped 60 fresh off the couch in probably like 3 minutes.
see why we got to bring up old stuff. We were just talking about the Nuggets and the Clippers. Now, all of a sudden,
Dang, Rondell, you want to start with tangents and all that? Come on, bro. This is how we start.
Anyway.
This is how this show goes. We do tangents. What are you talking about?
Also, now you want to claim him.
All right, bro. All right. Keep recapping the second round.
This is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. Anywho, so yeah, the Lakers will be playing the Nuggets. I think that this will be a good round competitively for both of them. The Nuggets have what it takes offensively to match against the Lakers if they're not too tired. I've definitely seen in the first 4 games, the Nuggets looked extremely tired against the Clippers. Whenever they put up shots, they just looked a little bit flat on their shots, looked a little lackadaisical. Their offense wasn't getting into the flow. And ironically, everything turned around. Michael Porter Jr. had something to say about just sharing the ball and getting everybody involved. And that's weird because when you look at Michael Porter Jr.'s stats and whatnot, especially in the playoffs, he doesn't really pass that much. But it must have did something to...
I mean, he was never known as a passer, was he?
No, not really, no.
So why would he pass much?
Because he was the one talking about, like, they need to pass the ball around. Which he wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong in what he was saying. It was just how he said it. Because, again, when you're in a professional environment like a sport, you want your inner problems to be inner still. You know what I mean? So he spoke out loud against something that was more so supposed to be dealt with the team. So that's where I go off on with that. So I think the Lakers could possibly pull this one off. I think that this is a series for them to take over. They have LeBron James. That's a lot. I mean, yeah, you could say that. Yeah, the Clippers have Kawhi Leonard, but LeBron James is a much different player, especially in the playoffs. And AD is a whole different type of player, especially since he leads the Lakers. So he leads the Lakers in just about every category except for assists.
okay, that was a tangent, but you deserve it because your Nuggets won. Or the Clippers lost. They blew it, man. I don't know if I could say that here. I'm going to say it here, whatever.
When has it ever stopped you?
I put a status up there yesterday that said they choked harder than Ghetto Blank. And that's what happened in LA land. They blew it. That's why players aren't GMs. You gave up a lot to get a Paul George in that squad. You gave up a lot to get Kawhi Leonard. I get it. You're trying to put people together and trying to get yourself a team to win the championship. It looked good. I even picked them. But at the same time, it's a mentality thing, which I think is what hurt the Clippers more than anything. Now, I do think when something like this happens, for a 3-1 lead to go away like that, it's a little bit of both. It's somebody doing good and somebody doing bad. I think more than anything, the Nuggets showed that they were kind of getting tired of being an also-ran team. Because all year it's kind of been that. The Nuggets have been hovering around that second, third spot majority of the year. And it was always, well, Clippers, Lakers, Clippers, Lakers, Clippers, Lakers, Clippers, Lakers. And the Nuggets have consistently showed that they have something to say about that. Jamal Murray is taking that stance into stardom, and Jokic has already been there. He's just a different kind of star. So I think at this point it just kind of boiled down to Denver was more mentally tough. Now, that's a big thing when it comes to teams that are kind of close, and I thought that with the Clippers that they were, obviously they have the better talent as far as the top tier guys. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, you're not going to find a better combination for the most part. But you need them to be on. I think the others didn't, represent like they should have. Lou Williams, he had some up and down games. Lemon Pepper Lou had some up and down games. Montrezl Harrell, he was kind of here, kind of not. Zubac kind of disappeared. They didn't have the mental capacity that they needed to defeat Denver. I think Denver just, like Murray said at the end of the game, it mattered more to them because of what people were saying. People not believing in them. People didn't think that they would be able to take down the Clippers. People already had the Lakers and the Clippers pinned in. So I think as an athlete, as a player, when you're on the same floor and you feel like you're better than cats, and I think that whether right or wrong, and Denver proved it, they're better than the Clippers. Just because you have that chemistry. It's not just talent alone. Paul George tried to find his way on a championship level squad and try to take, the easy way or the easier route to a championship. Look where they got him. You got to be humble. Pat Bev, they did Damian Lillard with the 1-2-3 Cancun. They had a ha, he, ha. And they got packed and sent home. Damian Lillard's having a good old time with that. Portland's having a good old time with that. But that just goes to show you why these players are players and they're not general managers, because you can't just throw teams together. You have to have so many more entities to it. I think Michael Porter was a big thing. I'm not big on he should know when to say it or how to say it or whatever. Speak your mind. I'm big on that. Say what you feel as long as it's real. Michael Porter knew that he needed more shots. He knew that other people needed to be involved. What he was really saying is he didn't want the Nuggets to end up like the Clippers. Two-dimensional. You know what they're going to do. You know Paul George is going to get the shots. You know Kawhi Leonard is going to get the shots. But what happens if Shaman starts balling out? What happens if Lou Will and Montrezl? You need those other guys to step up. And it just didn't happen for the Clippers. And they have nobody but themselves to blame because they were up 3-1. Great teams, championship level teams, they put the foot on the neck and they end these dudes, and they could not do that. Denver is riding high, literally and figuratively.
This also makes me want to think about what the Dallas Mavericks series could look like. With Kristaps Porzingis being out, that's a 7-3 presence that can shoot the ball, rebound pretty well, and can get you some blocks. Now, Luka Doncic kept that series alive by himself. And with the Clippers' size of disadvantage that I feel like they had, even though against Denver specifically, they rebound pretty well, I believe that, the Clippers' problems started to show very early, and it started to show also in this Game 7 with a lot of the issues, like I said, as far as the size mismatch with Nikola Jokic getting a triple-double with 20-plus rebounds, and that's a huge thing in itself. The one thing that also triggered me about Game 7 watching it was the foul trouble that the Clippers were in. The foul trouble that was actually put into account before Game 7 was even played by Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers was telling Paul George and the rest of the guards, "Hey, we gotta relax on this foul trouble issue that we have. We gotta stop taking them to the line, because originally during the series we had a hard time getting to the line. It was to the point where they were making about 22 to 26 free throws, and we only had about 10 or 11 the entire game. And then once we made it out to get to the line a little bit more, we started playing a little bit better basketball and started hitting a little bit more shots. I think that the Clippers aren't far away. They just, they didn't have the mental toughness, like T said. They didn't play well as a team. You still have Pandemic P, who didn't play well the entire playoffs to me at all. He was very incredibly lackluster.
I mean, to be honest, it goes into the topic that we had: who's going to be more, what was it, consistent or reliable?
consistent.
Okay, it was who's gonna be more consistent? It seemed like Jamal Murray was the one that was more consistent.
He's taking it to another level. It's more so, and like I said, it's a mentality thing. I think that Jamal Murray and Jokic, they felt like we should be spoken in the same breath as the Kawhi, Paul Georges, the Russell Westbrook, James Hardens, the LeBron and Anthony Davis, the terrific twosomes. And the biggest way that you go out and you back up what you say is you play the way that you feel. And I think that it came down to that. I think that, again, it's the mental capacity of looking on at the other opposing team and saying that, we have talent too. Again, if you look back at the interview afterwards, that was what Jamal Murray was talking about. Respect us. Everybody is picking against us, everybody from round one on down. Because I even got up here and said it. Utah was a tough matchup for them. And it was proven correct. They beat them, but Utah was a tough matchup. There was people who picked them to lose. When you get to the Clippers are supposed to be the tough matchup. But when you feel like I got dogs too, when you feel like I got guns too, it's a certain type of way that you got to carry yourself, and you handle that and you prove it on the floor. So often that these teams feel like you just proved it on paper. I think what really haunted the Clippers more than anything, they need a guard, like a legit point guard. Patrick Beverly, of all things that he is, he's not a point guard. They don't have anybody that can get him easy shots. Kawhi Leonard, a lot of his work is done in the mid-range. He has to get his own shot. Pandemic Paul just could not get his head out of his petunia. It just wasn't working that way. He needed to figure that out, and he never did. I don't know what it is that's wrong with that dude, but if you're not playing up to your capabilities, you can be beat. Jamal Murray, he didn't play up to his capabilities. He played far beyond that. Jokic didn't play up to his capabilities. He played far beyond that. And that's why they're sitting here today eating a 4 for 4, laughing at them. While the Clippers are packing their stuff up and going home.
You said eating a 4 for 4?
They're eating a 4 for 4 because Denver stays humble.
All right.
And plus, they're in Colorado, man. You do the math. Get them little fun stuff. Get them a little 4 for 4. It's all gravy, bro.
You must know something I don't know.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. You better educate yourself.
Yeah. All right.
I'm with T on this one.
Man.
I might live there. I might move there.
Colorado's a beautiful place.
Yeah, we know why it's a beautiful place.
Man, tell the world.
Yeah, the high altitude, the
Man,
mountains.
the clouds.
Yeah, the green
It looks
stuff.
nice when it's
Yeah.
snowing. Man, Colorado.
Yeah.
I definitely love the clouds. Colorado.
The
The
Mile
clouds.
High City.
The clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We have great clouds.
That must be what they call the green stuff up in Colorado, the clouds. Yeah.
Green screen?
The green stuff.
Like slime?
Yeah, man, something like that.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. It's plant based up in Colorado. That's all I know.
Can we get to the next subject, please?
They do have a lot of vegans up there. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah,
Man.
There's a lot of plant based.
They got cows too? Eat some grass?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can we get to the next subject, please? We
I
have
mean, the
another
next
tangent.
subject.
I think Josh Gordon just entered the conversation.
Josh Gordon, he owe me a couple dollars too, by the way.
Look, they go those tangents. Look, the next subject is just predictions. We got the Lakers, Nuggets. That's surprising. We got Celtics and Heat. I'm surprised about that first game. What y'all thought
Let's
on that?
actually talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that series.
Get that weak stuff out of here. Bam! Bam, bam. Hey, that's what I like to. Now, first of all, before I say anything else, that Bam block was something else. Shout out to him. But I don't want to hear another soul ask, is that the best block in playoff history like LeBron James in 2016? That never happened. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
You know, a lot of people like to say that's goaltending, right?
No, that was definitely not goal.
What was
that
the-
was clean.
What was the call?
Hey, look.
That was clean.
Talk to Cody and Logan. They supposedly was like.
They the baseball guys?
Hey,
You want
look.
me to listen to the baseball guys?
We really about to sit here and act like Cody didn't have a show called Ball Don't Lie for a whole year.
But he's a liar.
Had. That's past tense,
Ball
brother.
don't lie, but he do.
Yeah, he does lie.
Okay, good point. I'm not saying it was a goaltending. I agree
That's
with y'all. It
a
was
great block.
That was
The greatest block in history. I wish I could see it again. I might watch it after the show.
That was female to
I
the
love
baby
it.
dad type of block right
Ooh,
there.
I
beautiful.
don't know what that's supposed to
You're
mean.
beautiful.
I don't want to know what that's supposed to
You're
mean.
beautiful. But no, I do respect that mano y mano though. That's the best kind of blocks when you because he beat Jimmy Butler. Let's not forget that Jimmy Butler because Jason Tatum's a man. He's a man, and you know he got Jimmy Butler, but he went straight to that lane and Bam Adebayo said, "Nah, not today." Bam, bam, it ain't working, and that's what you need to do though. I mean, I don't even want to call him underrated because Bam he's kind of getting his flowers, but I think that he's truly that dude like that, man. And it takes just that knowledge of if I go straight up at this ball, I gotta touch all ball because if I leave it in the ref's hands, you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna put this man right on the foul line. So to have the game on the cusp, you be able to take that away from him. That's a beautiful thing to see, and that's how Miami plays. Miami's a rough, rugged type of team where you're going to have to earn everything you get. And even if you look like you have a hint of daylight, there's somebody right there to block something from you. You know what I'm saying? Goran Dragic stepped up. Duncan Robinson, he had foul trouble the whole game, but Tyler Hero stepped up in his place. Kendrick Nunn got some burn. You know, they just have, they're kind of, if you look at them, they're low-key built like Denver as far as the others. Now, Jokic and Murray, they complement each other better, you know, because they have that dynamic. Jokic is more of a passer. Murray is more of a, you know, get his bucket type of dude. But they both do enough of the other that they complement each other well. I think Bam does all the dirty stuff, and Jimmy Butler does all the dirty stuff. But put them around the rest of the cast, the Goran Dragic's of the world, the Olynyks, it helps them become their best bet. You know, that Miami team is built for everybody on that roster. They did an outstanding job putting that team together. And Jimmy Butler goes to show you what a mentality does for you. Because if Paul George had a Jimmy Butler mindset, Paul George would be sitting right now ready to go to the conference finals. Jimmy Butler's not more talented than Paul George. But Jimmy Butler's better up here than Paul George by a long shot. Jimmy Butler's the type of dude that says, I'm going to pick my spot and carry them. Take them where they need to go, and I don't need to put up 50 to do that. I just need to be a great leader. I can leave a Ben Simmons and Embiid. I can leave a not Carl Thomas. Sometimes he plays like Carl Thomas, but a Karl Anthony Towns and an Andrew Wiggins because they soft. And I can go to my own area and I can do my own thing, and we can win that way with Jimmy Butler being your best player because he has that mentality. He has the kahunas, and that's something great to see because they're doing it the right way this time. The Miami Heat of yesteryear, I couldn't stand how they did it. But this Miami Heat team, they're building a team how a team is supposed to be built. They're doing it the way they need to do it, and they're getting the rewards for that. Shout out to them.
I believe that this will probably be the best playoff series in the entire playoffs this year. I think that this is probably going to be the most competitive. This is probably the most even matchup too in all the playoffs. I like this matchup a lot. You have Miami, who is very low key as far as not having a superstar player, but still a very well oiled team. That's probably the best team in the NBA right now. Just by the way they play, they're rough, rugged. They never give up. They're still on your heels no matter how many points they're down by in the closing moments in the game. They're very tough. They're incredibly tough. And one thing about Miami is they're deep. They're a very deep team. They run. I think they run about 9 players still, but they're very deep talent-wise. They have a great veteran leadership in Jimmy Butler, Andre Iguodala, and Goran Dragic, those type of players. But they still have the young talent who are the young shooters of the team, the Duncan Robinsons, the Tyler Heroes. Kendrick Nunn has to play a little bit better for me to acknowledge more so of his existence.
Acknowledge that man's existence.
just because like Kendrick Nunn was okay during he was pretty good during the regular season. It's just the playoffs. He hasn't really shown me anything.
I mean, how much play time has he had?
About a normal amount of playing time, kind of tick, but like it's diminishing because again, like he's not showing a lot. Like defensively, he's looking like a liability. He's not getting to his spots. He's taking a lot of ill-advised shots during in the basketball game. So.
Well, I mean, it's probably a mute point to say that he's a rookie, especially with Tyler Hero being a rookie too, and he seems to be balling out, but he is a rookie.
Absolutely, I'm not going to put that past him or anything like that. It's just I don't think that right now he's a main contributor to this team right now, and right now they haven't really been missing it. As you can see, they're looking very, very good, and they kind of have what it takes to go to the finals this year. I think that with Boston having so much great talent, especially in that starting five, everyone in that starting five is capable of giving you double digits in a game, and then you probably have someone off the bench. The thing is about Boston cannot win if they're going to rely on Marcus Smart to have big games.
I don't think they are relying on Marcus Smart.
But when Marcus Smart has big... Okay, here's the thing. If Marcus Smart beats you, then you can beat them long term. It's kind of like with the Clippers. If you're going to lose by Marcus Morris, then you're in good shape. Because Marcus Morris killed us the first game against Denver. So if you find out one of those like fourth or fifth options on the team is beating you out, then you have a good chance the next game, because that's not going to happen consistently. There's no way you can sit here and be like, oh yeah, Patrick Beverley dropped 30. How often are you gonna rely on that? Just think about it. There's no way. Patrick Beverley, that's probably a career high for him, 30 points.
All right.
You see what I mean? So you rely on that every game, like for your best players, like a Paul George, or for in this instance, a Jason Tatum. A Jason Tatum, you're going to get by that because that's who he is. That's his game. That's what the scouting reports have suggested. That's what his whole career basically going to be based on. But with Marcus Smart being the defensive player, everything dropping 30 and 5 threes and whatnot, you can beat them at that. Your players just have to show up at this point. So that's what makes this very interesting. It's not going to. We're not going to see a game like we're always going to see in the first game between Boston and Miami. As far as Boston's performance, but it's going to be very intriguing because of the defenses that they both have and the offenses that they can both project.
So what are you saying? You saying this is just Miami's to win?
No, not at all. What I'm saying is they're so good at what they do. It's a styles clash, and which makes it very, very tough. They both do around the same thing, except for Boston looks more talented offensively, and Miami looks a little bit more talented defensively. And again, the leadership of Jimmy Butler is so significant that it evens out a lot of playing field as far as just the talent that you see on the roster on paper for Boston. So that's where I'm going at with, as far as this is going to probably be the best series in the playoffs. It's so even. The benches. I think that Miami has a better bench. Miami has the better leadership going into it. I think they have better veterans on the squad. And I think that Boston is going to have... It's going to come down to Boston's what they do in the clutch time. A lot of times. A lot of these games are going to be close. I don't see a lot of blowout games.
All right. Yeah, I see that. So, what's y'all's overall predictions? Because for my Eastern Conference prediction is the Heat in probably 6, maybe 7 more than likely. And then for the West, I got it at 4, 5 at best. I see the Nuggets getting 1 game, but I don't see them doing it again. So what y'all looking at?
Well, that's tough. I'm gonna go on an 8. I don't want to predict, but I'm gonna have to predict. I don't want to predict because I just want to see good basketball.
We've been doing predictions this whole time.
I know. but I don't want to, because to me, the teams that I picked lost, both of them. The Clippers and Bucks, that was my finals pick. Both of them lost.
I would
So
say.
now I'm kind of looking at it like doing the March Madness bracket, and my team's are already out. Like, I just want to see good ball. But I ain't no punk, so I'm going to pick. I'm gonna go with what I want to see. Ain't I educated nothing. I'm just picking what I want to see. Miami, Denver.
Miami,
If I'm going to go with the educated basketball mind and pick that way, which usually I do, I would say that it would be Lakers and it would be Boston because they have the most talent. They have the coaching. I'm not moved by Boston taking the L, but at the same time, I just want to see chaos. And chaos is a Miami-Denver finals because I know for a fact nobody picked them. So I'm going to pick them here.
I would like to just say, for the record, and we could go back on tape, I did say Lakers-Celtics finals. So my teams are still there.
Did you?
Huh?
Did you?
Yeah, I know I did.
I need to see footage of that too.
Yeah, we got to see footage of that.
Cut the
But,
film.
What you looking at, Marvell?
Man,
You know,
sorry.
my heart always wants to say Denver, but I think one of sports' best rivalries comes back to life this year. Celtics Lakers is my finals.
They said this a few years ago, back when Paul George and them was balling out. No, not Paul George.
Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce. Yeah.
Basketball's biggest rivalry comes back together this year.
It's not coming back.
In a bubble, mind you. I think that I have the Celtics in 7, and I have the Lakers in 6. Now, the reason why I have the Lakers in 6 is because, again, playoff Braun is a different demon, and the Lakers have someone to combat Nikola Jokic and Anthony Davis. And one thing that triggers Denver when it comes to basketball in itself is trying to get to the three-point line in time to close out defensively. And the Lakers have some shooters. And with Rondo playing like the way he is, kind of makes me nervous because, one, he has braids, and I don't like that. He has Grand Theft Auto braids, and I hate it. Like,
Ooh,
Hey,
do
playoff
got the
Rondo
Grand
a
Theft Auto
different
braids.
breed, man. He's a
he
different
got them
breed.
sending
No,
braids.
he got the NBA Live with 2008 braids.
Hold on, I gotta see these braids. Hold on.
Bruh.
Nah, bro, he really looked like Ricky Davis with a sophisticated chin. I don't like it.
He got the NBA 985238 braids.
He does.
He got them South Central braids.
He got them braids that Medea got from fresh out of jail.
Oh,
Oh man,
No
no,
hang
his
time,
braids is
Rondo.
awful, man. They look like the kamikaze Shaq design.
ain't they burnt at the end too? Somebody put a little bit of yaki at the back of his head. That's what he missed 8 weeks for. Twist me up.
No, man.
Should have went to Kawhi's hairstylist.
Yeah, like his braids is mad bad. Like it's just, I don't like it at all. Like it just looks disgusting. Like he looked like he barely has a fro.
He got the G-Wine difference braids. My hang time hasn't changed. Oh man.
Yeah, no. Rondo would braids his threes now, so I don't like that. So, and plus they don't have Deion Waiters in the way, so therefore the Lakers are going to be in good shape.
Why did you bring that
Nobody
name up?
needs Deion Waiters, okay? And why you mention that? Look, you know T hates Deion, man.
Doo-doo Deion Waiters.
Because
I swear every time he hears his name, he wakes up like, huh?
You don't want to be on the island with Deion Waiters?
could you beat Deion Waiters one-on-one?
I enjoy my freedom. First of all, if I'm anywhere with Deion Waiters one-on-one, I will no longer have my freedom.
You on the island with Deion Waiters? He about to cross you up.
He better know how to float. Oh, that kind of island. See,
Yeah,
man,
that
what you
kinda
gotta- yeah, do all that.
Wait, you thought I was talking about tropical?
You know, put him in a real island.
You thought I was going 1, 2, 3 Cancun?
Man, he about to get there. One way or another. See, that's why the Lakers won't win. Because Deion Waiters doesn't deserve a ring.
Have they even put him in?
No.
They've been opting JR over him, haven't they?
I'm pretty sure he played a game or two in the first round.
Yeah, in the first round.
That dude is a walking
Who did they
swisher.
play in the first round?
Trailblazers.
Oh, okay.
He's
Yeah, I
a,
think he played a game.
Yeah, he played like a game or two, I think.
he's a great cigarello. Get him out of here.
Not a great cigarello.
I'm tired of him.
All
It's a
right.
cigarette, really?
Y'all done with y'all tangent, though?
No.
That's not a tangent. Anytime it's about Deion Waiters, it's not a tangent. It's the truth.
Rondo's braids was a tangent.
No, that would needed to be said. And we're the ones that say it.
But with Boston, I think that with Boston, they have enough players offensively to get the job done, even though it's going to be incredibly tough. It's going to be very frustrating for Boston. I think that Kemba Walker is going to show why he belongs here. I think that they're going to put special attention on Jason Tatum throughout the series. So that's going to lead to somebody being a savior. You might see Jaylen Brown have a couple of big games. Maybe one big game that helps Boston out through a hump, or probably like a game 3 or a game 4. I just think that with Brad Stevens and Kemba Walker in the mix, I think that they have enough to make it past Miami.
Okay, all right. Well, we're going to go on a quick break, but when we come back, we will be talking about this coaching free fall since Mike D'Antoni just left the the Rockets.
Yep.
And has anyone else left, or is it just him?
He's the most recent one.
Yeah, but it's been a lot. It's a lot of open spots, open season for these coaching jobs. So we'll be back to talk that. See y'all in a minute. Yo, what's up? We back on Scoring Air Network. On the Scoring Air Network, it's Open Gym. Make sure to catch us at scoringair.com, where you catch all our daily blogs, content, broadcasts, all that. How y'all feeling?
Didn't you ask us that already?
Yeah, I did. I asked y'all, but
We
like
had
40 minutes in. How y'all feeling now?
a 2-minute break, bro. I feel the same way I felt the first time you asked me.
Different. He might be on or something.
I'm checking on the Marvell right now.
You ain't that nice. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can understand if it was genuine and real, like you legitimately cared or something, but you don't care, so I'm not about to be like,
All right.
I'm kind of hungry a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, you got some food?
I want a strawberry shake at the moment, but I can't get one.
I'm trying to be nice
it
to my
sounds delicious.
co-hosts, and they out here
Yes, it
as
does.
always.
I can't want a shake?
Strawberry?
Yes.
No.
I mean, there's like 4 options.
Yeah, that's the last option.
What? So you take vanilla over? Never mind.
Of course.
Yeah, hold on, wait.
A vanilla shake over a strawberry shake? Yes.
Hold on. So y'all gonna go on a tangent about shakes, and you gonna pick strawberry over vanilla?
I do, yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
disgusting.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
You're disgusting, and so are you. And so are you, Deshaun, because I feel like you're judging me over there, too.
Yo, shout out to Deshaun.
You stop that.
Yo, shout out to Deshaun. He back there helping us out.
He's judging.
Oh, he about to come on here.
He's turning red. He's judging.
He coming at you.
He's black and he's turning red. He's super judging.
He big man.
That head is shining, too. He didn't even have a mic.
I am on side strawberry.
Oh,
So
my
you
man.
trying to attack me and say I am not on side
My
strawberry?
man, I appreciate that.
Oh man,
That is different.
I definitely appreciate
you gotta
that.
love that man. That's the wild man. You gotta love him, man.
Even our
Make
program
sure y'all
director
check
came
out
in
Sports
with,
Unfiltered. Y'all
with
get
the
more of
teacher
that.
face.
Y'all get more of that, man. You gotta love that man.
Adam's gonna black out on you when the show's over.
He had the super teacher face. You know when you don't even have to say nothing, you just look. He just gave that stern look like,
But hey,
you
let's.
guys did it
You
now.
get in trouble, I wanna be there.
And speaking of, that's our head coach. Did you say something about transitioning to head coach talk?
Yes, sir. We was transitioning to head coaching. It's a coaching free fall. Yeah, I like that. I like that
You
transition.
know what I'm saying? I try to learn what I learned. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
Trying
he
to do
does
what I
better.
do.
Does he do better than you?
That's why I'm trying to get y'all to run the show.
But if I'm there, then how am I here?
What? Dell?
You could be there and run the show. You seen?
So you just like
Both on the
almost
show and then you just talk.
everybody
have
else
y'all-
in my life that wants me to be multiple places at once.
Bro, have y'all seen the
No,
Big
I-
League show?
No.
They run the show. Everyone runs the show. Man, you know how to be a league, T.
Do they mention Open Gym on Big League Show?
Yeah, they do actually.
They do? Okay,
Yeah.
continue.
I mean, I'm
as
back
long
at
as
the
you're the
board. I
fan
mean,
of the group.
I'm just making sure.
I'm doing the boys. They better be mentioning.
I'm
Open
just
Gym
making sure.
Valley North.
I'm just making sure if we gonna throw some plug
So
love
is
their
that,
way.
Is that what you do? Is that just for the plugins, or like without the plugins, you think they would shout us out?
Plug it in, plug it in.
It's looking like a pretty decent no by the way you smile.
Either way, tangent. We're
It's
back
a-
on one. Let's get to this coach talk.
Let's get this coach talk. So it seems Mike D'Antoni's contract ran out and he decided to leave Houston. So how y'all feeling on that? I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I've been calling for him to leave for some years because they need a change. But how y'all feeling about that?
I think it's due. I think Mike D'Antoni, he just got to a point that it ran its course. I think that's why he went so small, because it was more so like, I'm going out my way. I'm not sure if he wanted the Russell Westbrook trade. I'm not going to speculate. I'm not in that locker. But that may have had something to do with it, because Russell's that kind of dude, man. You either love him or you hate him. And he never fit D'Antoni's style of basketball, but I do believe as a great head coach, you make your style fit the players that you have as well. So I think there's a little bit of blame on both of them. But I said it the moment that he decided to let them down on the plane, that New Orleans, I could see as that being a fit. I think D'Antoni needs to go to a team it's less pressure on him. I think unfairly so, Houston was looked at as a championship contender team, and D'Antoni was looked at as kind of the fall guy if it didn't work out that way. And usually that's the case. You'll go with the coaches first, and then you'll hit the players. But right now, I think D'Antoni just needs to be in a low expectations kind of spot. I think his last couple spots, you look at Houston, you look at LA, it was a star kind of thing where you had established stars who could kind of make that argument that I don't have to listen to D'Antoni, or I don't have to do exactly what he says to do, or, whatever, blah, blah, skip. I think with New Orleans, he would have a great chance to be around a core that will be able to, listen to his teachings. He has enough versatility with that roster that he can be able to do some things.
Wait, is that confirmed that he's going to?
No, that's just where I think he will go.
Oh, okay.
A good place where he could fit. Because if you look at all the opening spots, like, I think Philly, they depend too much on Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. So I think if he was to go there, he would have to kind of go away from D'Antoni Ball and how he coaches, especially with Ben Simmons, because he ain't shooting no three. So it's going to have to be a whole cultural shift if you bring D'Antoni in there, and I don't think Philly necessarily wants to go that route. Indiana, I don't think that they have the type of team. Like, I think that's a team that will have to go in a whole different direction as a culture thing too. Oladipo, Sabonis, TJ Warren just learned how to shoot threes. It's not going to work in, D'Antoni Ball. When you look at New Orleans, they pretty much have everything D'Antoni Ball could want and need, and they can even do some crazy stuff. You could throw Zion at the 5 for some spurts if you want to. You can start him at the 5 full time. You started PJ Tucker there, so if he wants to do it, you can do it. Zion, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Drew Holiday, JJ Redick kind of starting lineup or something like that. It's just there's more clay that can be molded in New Orleans with D'Antoni, and the expectations are a lot lower. And if you speed that team up, because I think New Orleans wasn't as sped up as they should have been with Alvin Gentry, and that may be what got him axed. But I think if you put D'Antoni around that core with the low expectations, they could surprise some people. So I look for him to go there.
Okay, I see your point. What about you, Marvell?
Absolutely. I agree. I think that Mike D'Antoni is a perfect fit for the New Orleans Pelicans due to the simple fact of the system with it being red. Like, if you look at the roster of the New Orleans Pelicans, they can run very fast. They can. They have Lonzo Ball in the fray, Zion. They have all these athletic pieces. And plus Mike D'Antoni, with his style of play, with his 7 seconds or less type of play, and I guess more so now the analytical side of basketball, moving with smaller players to play 5 and whatnot. Like T was saying, a 6'5", 6'6" Zion Williamson would have no issue playing center, and this, that, and the third. I think that would be a perfect fit for Mike D'Antoni. The defense is already going to be there if you keep the pieces that you would have. So I think that would be an incredibly stand up, not a stand up, but a increase of defense between the Rockets and the Pelicans. I think that with D'Antoni's system, as far as offense goes, they would need more shooting on the floor. But as far as fast-paced moving and getting to your spots and getting to shots and whatnot and moving at a faster brand of basketball, I think that the Pelicans do seem like a very good fit for Mike D'Antoni. But Mike D'Antoni having to lead the Houston Rockets did make sense. I think that's just the first step for them. That's the first step for the Houston Rockets organization. I think the second step is you got to get rid of Russell Westbrook. You got to. Russell Westbrook is by far the most talented player I have ever seen not fit anyone's system.
I don't really think it's his fault. I truly think it's the system's fault.
No, it's most definitely the system because the system was at fault before Westbrook got there. But at the same time, looking at the narrative, Westbrook wouldn't have made it out the first round if it wasn't for James Harden what he did in the first round.
To be honest, I feel like if he gets a coach that can fit his system, because I feel like James could fit almost any coach's system, more than likely. So I feel like if Russell gets that coach, like at least give it a year before you decide to, kick him off the team.
Well, it's also easy. It's easy to say that because Harden's the best scorer in the NBA right now.
Right.
So that's kind of easier said than anything. Also, when you look at Russell Westbrook, it's where do you fit him? How do you play him? He doesn't seem to show any improvement on the outside shooting. He doesn't shoot very good as far as with his efficiency. You don't see a lot of efficiency coming out of him. You see a lot more turnovers than usual. Russell Westbrook, to me, was a great player in his earlier days because of not only his dynamic versatility as far as his athletic ability goes, but it was mostly because of Westbrook always had that drive whenever you see him play at OKC in his earlier days where he would stop and pop for that mid-range and he would always get it. Especially like 2011, 2012, 2013, around that range.
I mean, to be honest, he's been different since, Kevin kind of left him.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like he's been trying to fill something, like fill a hole. Like he's been trying to play hero ball a whole lot of times.
Yeah, he's been trying to prove a narrative to himself.
Yeah.
He hasn't been a team player yet. It's kind of like, I don't want to say it's the ego of being a second fiddle and then finally having that respect of being the first fiddle, and then now you have to, humble yourself back into it, but you're still in the number one mindset. He's always been in the number one mindset. Russell Westbrook always played like he's the best player on the floor. No matter if he had KD or Harden or Paul George. He needs someone that's better than him. But it's not working. So is it that he needs to be a second option, or does Westbrook need to be a third option? Now, if Westbrook needs to be a third option, that's kind of scary. Because we look at Westbrook as a dominant figure, especially personality-wise, but to demote him as, not even necessarily demote him, but just put him as a third option in order for something to work, who would even be the second option? Who would be the first option? What system would it be ran under? Like, how would that even work? How would you? It's kind of like the Carmelo Anthony effect, in my opinion. I think that he has the same mindset as Carmelo Anthony of being like, oh, remember when Carmelo Anthony first got to OKC? Hey, P, they said about they started about starting me off the bench, something like that, along those lines. That's what the whole thing is with Russell Westbrook. You're not going to send him on the bench. And it's going to be very hard to put him and say, okay, we need you as a third option. So it's hard. It's very, very difficult. You got to send him to teams that don't care about him being any type of option. They just want some type of success. You want to send him to teams like the Knicks. You want to send him to teams like the Cavs. You want to send him to teams.
Whoa.
Right now, they don't care.
We care about having
do
Russell
care.
Westbrook on the team. That ain't.
As far as just getting somebody that could probably lead you to a positive direction,
I'm cool. I do not want
organization wise,
37 and 45. I'm cool. I'd rather just bottom out and stink up the joint like we've been doing. Because Russell Westbrook, that's all Russell Westbrook will do for you. Like, Russell Westbrook, he's not, like you said, he needs another guy. He needs somebody else on that roster. But you put him on a rebuilding team and expect him to be some good, it's not going to work that way. Like, Russell Westbrook might fall in that where I think Chris Paul is going to end up at. He may not have a championship in his prime years and nowhere near it in that area, but that 37-year-old Chris Paul might end up being a backup on somebody's championship roster. Russell Westbrook at 38, when he finally starts to figure it out and starts to get some type of semblance of whatever, he may end up getting him a championship. But being your best player on your team, it's not like as a point guard, it didn't really happen a lot to begin with. There's not a crazy amount of examples of point guards leading their teams. If there were a good point guard or a great point guard, chances are, looking at Magic, there was a Kareem, Abdul-Jabbar or whatever. There's always somebody else when you're led by a point guard. Even when you look at the Steph Curry Warriors teams, those teams were completely different. It wasn't, Steph Curry was the man, he was doing his thing, but you wouldn't necessarily all the way call Steph Curry a point guard. He's more of a shooting guard in a point guard's body. But as far as a lead point guard, being your best player, 9 times out of 10, that's not going to get you a championship. So I think Russell's going to have to get to that spot, and Houston's going to have to get to that spot is you are what you are. They're going to be what they're going to be with those 2 guys on that roster. It's going to be the others. Eric Gordon should not be your full-time starting small forward.
that's a fact.
Covington shouldn't be your full-time power forward. I knew the Rockets were doomed when they had to depend on Jeff freaking Green. Anytime, take this from a Cavs fan, anytime you have to depend on Jeff freaking Green to do something for you, you're in trouble. You look at your roster to start the playoffs. You look down, okay, we got him. Jeff Green, do we have to depend on him? Yep, all right, we in trouble. We bounced in the second round. You're not going to be able to go anywhere with that dude. And that was your big. I would have felt better if they would have took Tyson Chandler out there. But
Yeah, veteran.
this is the NBA.
Size.
This is the National Basketball Association. You need some type of size. It is about the size. I don't care how many perimeter guys step out and hit 3-pointers or shoot mid-rangers, whatever the case may be. The game is still going to be determined by who can rebound, who can block shots, who can be a big body. It was easy for the Lakers to get rid of the Rockets because couldn't nobody stop Anthony Davis. LeBron James will be the 5 in Houston. It's a big problem. They went small and still outmatched them because the Rockets, they try to do the mini ball thing. You still need to rebound in this league. You still need to be able to stop somebody in this league. They keep thinking offense, and they will be watching the games at home. Whether it's D'Antoni or Dunkin' Donuts coaching that team, it's going to be the same thing.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go to the last segment of our show, which is Build a Team, Jimmy Butler edition. So you want to explain that, Marvell? Your thought process?
Build a team is basically where we take a superstar of any caliber and we try to fit the perfect team around them as possible as far as a starting 5 goes. We won't go as far as making a whole roster surrounded by said player. So the rules are you have to take one top 10 player and then one player that's about 15 through 25 and put them with said superstar to make a starting 5. So how we can generate a top 10 is by, an eyeball test or face value. If we can do it by looking at it we can take the top 2 from each position and then make a top 10.
All right.
Since it'll be easier. So I guess I would go ahead and say I would go with my top 2 point guards in the league.
What you mean, oof? It's kind of easy who the top 2 point guards in the league is right now. I mean, you got to have Kemba Walker. That's one.
As a top 2 point guard?
I mean, who else you going to have?
Right now?
Oh, that's playing now.
Yeah,
Or you want to do playoff teams?
Yeah, let's just go off playoff teams that are like playing right
The
now.
best point guard in the playoffs
Just to
that
make it
played all
easier.
playoffs was Damian Lillard.
Let's go off the 4 teams that we got right now,
Oh, that's,
just to make it easier.
that's,
Unless you
that's
want
not easy. That's actually kind of difficult.
you want to go off the whole playoffs.
It's easy for me because I'm going to say
Oh, sure.
Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Goran Dragic,
You just gonna pick
Duncan
the whole heat.
Robinson.
All right, bro.
Okay,
I mean,
so,
that's the
to make it
criteria.
more challenging, I can do that. Okay, so
No. Let's go off the whole playoffs then.
all right, cool.
You know, T1 cheat find loopholes. Let's
I
go
mean,
off
I'm
the-
saying though, like
It's not technically a loophole.
you said a perfect team around Jimmy Butler. Well, this
The
team
one
is a
that- the one
perfect
that's been
team.
the most successful?
When he's around, it's a perfect team.
That's still a loophole.
Okay, so give me Dame Lillard. Oh, wait, so do you want to put Jimmy Butler at the 2 or the 3?
I mean, he's mostly what? He's a shooting guard, ain't
I think he plays the 3 for that system, though. For the system being.
Well,
But he's
he?
primarily
I
a 2.
mean, if you want to think on the type of system you want to put your stars in, then yeah, you could move him in the 3 or the 2. Because like, if I would, because I'm a LeBron fan, so I'm more than likely pick LeBron. I'm gonna put LeBron at the 3 more than the 1, since he likes to. Well, no, I might put him at the 1 since he likes to, carry the ball.
But having LeBron is so cliche.
I know, right? I was thinking of picking someone else, but I gotta pick LeBron.
No, you don't. With Jimmy Butler? No, you don't. But go ahead, it's your team.
Wait, you want me to build it around Jimmy Butler?
Yes, it's built
Oh,
around
okay.
Jimmy Butler. So
I'm thinking we pick
that's
a
what build a
superstar
team
and
really
then-
is. You pick a player and then you have to build around him.
Okay, so you want us to build around Jimmy?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then most definitely, I'm gonna put Kimba at the 1, and then I'm gonna put. Let's see. Oh man, that is actually hard. Who fits at the 2 for? Cause wait, where's you said he's either at the 2 or the 3, right?
Yeah, you can put him at the 2 or the 3.
Go ahead and pick your boy Deion Waiters. You want
I'm
him.
not saying.
Go, do it.
I'm not. Don't say my boy.
You want him.
That's your boy.
I don't like Deion Waiters.
You the one that the reason he gets brought up on this show every time is you.
I didn't bring him up this time. He brought up Deion Waiters.
I don't remember that.
That's crazy.
You
That's
bugging,
crazy.
bro.
All right, so I got
He
Kimba at
stopped
the
in
1.
Colorado before he came here.
I'm gonna put Jimmy at I'm gonna put Jimmy at the 3. I get. All right.
He lost.
Okay, I got it. I'm gonna put.
You remember what teams were in the playoffs, bro?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna put Kimba at the 1. I'm gonna put. I don't want to say it.
He lost.
No, I'm gonna put Eric Gordon at the 2. He good for a shot or 2. Jimmy at the 3. No, I'm gonna put Rondo at the 1. They played together. They played together. They played together. Y'all don't remember?
He said chemistry. Ew, that's gross.
That
man.
hairstyle. Ooh.
You want those
Stop
braids
hating
on
on
your team.
playoff Rondo, bro.
You want those braids on your team.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna put Rondo at the 1, Kimba at the 2, Jimmy at the 3.
That's gross.
Let's put AD at the 4, 5. I'm gonna say Porzingis just to piss you off.
So, you said one top 20, one top 10 player, one top 20.
I didn't even do all that.
And what's the other 2?
And then that's it. That's it. You have to have, and then the rest of them is just whoever.
But they can
Did I
be good.
even hold up?
Yeah, it can be good. They can be serviceable.
Did I even fit your criteria with my team?
Okay, so you had Rondo,
Yeah, Kimba,
Kimba.
Jimmy.
You wait. See, who are you putting at the 2?
I put
Rondo or Kimba?
Kimba at the 2.
That's weird.
I know, right?
Okay, so
Oh, we post gaming that team all the way up.
Yes, sir.
I'm putting Kyle Lowry out there then. We gonna eat. We gonna eat in the post.
Dame is my top 10 player. Thinking of rosters here. I don't want Pandemic P. I don't want COVID-13.
Why would you even think of that man's name?
Because hush, that's why. Jiminy Christmas. Give me. Ew, I don't like nobody small forward. Okay, cool. So give me Damian Lillard, Jimmy Butler, Jeremy Grant.
Jeremy Grant at your 3?
Yeah. Jeremy
Alright.
Grant 3.
But you gonna get on me for having Kimba and Rondo?
No, I just don't like how they're both like 6'1" and under, and then you just have one and two.
I mean, yeah, you know.
That's just small. You know?
I'm thinking offense. I'm out here
Yeah.
like Mike D'Antoni right now.
I can't be mad at you. I mean, I can, but I can't. Matter of fact, no. I'll take that back. Give me Dame. Give me Jaylen Brown.
That's actually nice.
Then Jimmy Butler. And then give me... I need someone that can rebound. Give me Serge Ibaka. I don't know what small forward. Because I don't want Pascal this year. Pascal was kind of bad this year.
Wait, hold up. You had Dame.
That's my top 10.
Jimmy is your 2, right?
Yep, Jimmy's my 3. I put Jaylen Brown at the 2.
Oh,
That's my
Jalen's
15.
your 2. Your 3
That's
is
my 15
Jimmy.
through 20.
Who you small forward? You said it's,
Jimmy's my small forward.
I mean your power forward. You said Serge.
Serge is my power forward for now.
All right, so who your center?
Um,
Go ahead, say Plumlee.
give me Brooke Lopez at center.
Brooke, not Robin.
Nah, give me Brooke.
All right.
Brooke
What about
made
you?
first team all defense this year, I believe, or second team.
I don't know. My phone.
He definitely made first or second team all defense, but yeah, give me those two. Give me the rebounding and defense of the front court, and then let me get Jaylen Brown, who's basically a better offensive version of Jimmy Butler, and Damian Lillard, who has the same leadership and is the number 1 option on the team as far as scoring.
Yeah, what you got, T?
Yeah, you start with Jimmy, obviously. Well, Kawhi Leonard, that's my top 10. But Michael Porter Jr. out there as my other, you said top 15.
I'll come up with a list so we be prepared next week.
Top 15,
Yeah,
I
that's cool.
would say. Andy Davis has passed that.
Probably should have had.
Jamal Murray. I'll throw him in my top 15.
I
So
thought
I got,
about Murray, but I was like, nah.
so Murray, I got Murray, Kawhi, Jimmy Butler. Give me Van Fleet too.
I thought about Van
We can
Fleet.
go small. And
You put him at the 1 or 2.
Yeah, so you got what? Jamal at the 1,
Jamal's gonna be the 2. Van Fleet's gonna be the 1.
That's
or
smart.
Van Fleet
I
1,
like that a lot.
Jamal 2.
And give me Boban, Marjanovic.
I thought
Give
it
me
was
Boban.
Bogdanovic.
Boban Marjanovic.
No.
You're thinking about Bonyan Marjanovic.
Yeah, you're thinking of the wrong one. But give me Boban for my size.
This is Boban
Rebound.
Marjanovic. He either plays for the Kings or he plays for
Utah.
Utah.
That's too many.
It's 3.
Wait, so you got
So
hold on.
Boban is my
He
5.
got Van Fleet,
Van Fleet,
Murray,
Jimmy.
Jimmy, Kawhi, and Boban.
Kawhi.
No. Then I went over. Michael Porter is my 5th. Leave Boban out.
Oh, okay.
We going small.
You going small.
Yep.
So he's going Rockets ball. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But with a 6'11",
I want to change the fact that I said Porzingis. I'm just gonna throw out. McGee.
JaVale McGee.
Yes, sir.
Actually, our teams don't sound too bad.
They really don't. I don't think I met the criteria though, but
So you had
I had Rondo,
Rondo's
Kimba,
fine. Kimba could possibly make out top 15.
because that's what I'm looking at. They both like top 15 at least. Top
Yeah,
20.
I mean, you could probably get Kimba. No, Kimba's top 15. Unless he's like the second best point guard.
Unless I count like Jimmy right now looking like top 10 to me. So let's not count Jimmy as top 10.
I mean,
He's like the bingo,
Jimmy
though.
counts as like the free space in a
right.
what's the name board.
And then who I said?
Does that make me sound old?
No, I did.
Yeah,
I
just
did
straight
meet
with
the
the bingo?
criteria because I had Anthony Davis at my power forward. He top 10. So yeah, I met it. All right, but we'll do that next week. We'll try it next week again with an actual list. We'll have it actually planned out. You know, probably try a full team.
You gonna
Probably
tell him
not.
we wasn't prepared?
He already did it. He already said it.
So if he jumps off the roof, you gonna jump off the roof too?
Hey man, we a team. We jump off together.
I'm gonna be watching y'all jump off that roof.
Y'all could have just got like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
need 2 more co-hosts.
Stat.
I'm gonna miss those dudes. They
But,
ain't
Level all four.
cool. Well, we
but,
need something
we're-
different. Good thing
we're
we got
at
new
the-
classes coming in.
Is there a superstar that want to try out for next week?
Golly, man. A superstar we gonna try next week.
Yeah, for build the team.
Let's do Tatum. Jason Tatum. He coming to his own.
We can do Tatum.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be like a harder one.
Shout out to Aaron Russell too for letting us know that he's only 22 years old. So, I mean, it's
Yeah,
good.
I can, you know what I'm saying, we can definitely ask our fans for it, you know what I'm saying, just throw out a little poll, you know what I
We
mean?
could.
We have fans now.
I didn't even know that. All right, but
I got fans at least.
all right, bro. But we're at the end of our show. Any last thoughts?
Check us out tomorrow. Same place, same time, same channel, just a different show. We'll be on the Nutty North Show, and you won't want to miss this. I'm
Yeah, we
telling
can talk
you.
about them Browns.
You gotta talk about them Browns.
I'm gonna have me a great night's sleep tonight. I'm gonna wake up early. I'm gonna put my clothes out
You
like
want
the
to
first
pop
day
on
of
that show,
school.
Morville?
I mean, I could, yeah, I mean, I can
Alright.
talk some football, you know what I mean?
All right, okay. Well,
Maybe.
yeah, I said, yeah, we heard the maybe.
But yeah, make sure to like, share, all that. Don't be a hater. Support, show love. We put these posts out here. We put a lot of work into this, so the share button takes 1 second to do. So do that, please.
The best in the world.
I love you forever.
That's the last thing you gotta say.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll catch y'all next time. Yeah. 12 o'clock. Open gym. All right. See ya.